OuterOrange.
OuterOrange here, and I am back here with a Vanguard video. We're gonna set the sails today, and we're gonna discuss some Granblue stuff that I wanted to discuss for some time now, and specifically we're going to discuss 30, if I don't keep it upside down, 30k crit Sentinels in Granblue. So let's talk about it. So to start off, I figured I would explain what a 30k Sentinel is. So in every Vanguard deck that you build, you can put Sentinels, and you can have up to 4. It actually states here, continuous Sentinel, you may only have up to 4 of this card with continuous Sentinel in a deck. So if it says continuous Sentinel, you can only have up to 4 of it. You can mix and match what kinds you want, but you can only have 4 Sentinels in a deck. I thought I'd clear that up because it's very important. Now, there's different kinds of Sentinels. Currently, there's 2 different kinds. There is the Perfect Guard Sentinels, and then there is the Crit Sentinels, which is this. Perfect Guard Sentinels help you draw and are just overall a really, really good thing, and they just do a lot for certain clans because it helps you draw, and it's a Perfect Guard in your hand. This year, we started getting Crit Sentinels. It's like a new thing that we're adding into, that been added into all the Vanguard boosters, and Granblue finally got theirs back in October, and I've been playtesting them for pretty much 2 months now, and I thought I'd talk to you guys about what it does. So let's go and let's discuss it. So I have recently been addicted to running four of these in my deck. I run 4 in my current Night Rose deck, and you might be asking, well, why OuterOrange? Why would you do such a thing? Well, let me tell you. I'll tell you why. So first, minor disclaimer. Don't run this in a Night Rose non-navigator build. I playtested it. I don't recommend it. I think Night Rose just really suffers to drawing pretty bad, so you want to have draw. So 2 is okay, don't do 4. However, in a Navigator Night Rose build or a Necromancer mixed build, this is totally 100% okay. You can do this and it works. In a Navigator playstyle, you might want to do this because you're trying to rush your opponent to their death, and in a Night Rose and Necromancer build, 12 crit is just too good. And I will explain kind of further on like why run this in general. Like, why would you even want this card in your deck? Well, I'll explain. So we'll start off with what this card is. It is a 30k shield value, which may not seem that crazy, but is actually the strongest shield value that there is in the game. That's vanilla, meaning it starts off with 30k. It doesn't have anything that gives it like abilities to become higher. This is solid. Like, the fact that this is a 30k block makes your life so much easier. So Wing Joker tends to attack between like 23, 33, and 43. That's like around the numbers that they attack for. And this pretty much blocks like a good bit of it. Just one of these. Of course, if they're on their like final turn, this is kind of rough to block. But just in general, like stuff like Link Joker and just force numbers in general, like MOB early on, like this blocks it. There's quite a few cards there's quite a few decks that actually struggle against 30k Sentinel attacks. I mean Sentinel blocks, because people don't realize like magic numbers are a thing, and like this actually blocks it. It kind of sucks being a protect clan because there's like that 1,000 difference between force, but it still blocks like a good majority of an attack. It helps you prevent from shredding your hand so quickly. That's the downside to perfect guards. A perfect guard, you need to discard a card to activate the perfect guard skill, and that means you're taking out 2 cards from your hand potentially, and not only is that more knowledge to your opponent, but it's also just more ways of just shredding your hand size, and sometimes you don't want to do that. And Granblue is a deck that actually draws a lot, so you don't even really need perfect guard draws unless you don't play a deck that draws. Like Navigator doesn't care because they're for the rush, and Night Rose does care because they need the draw. So if you like go pure Night Rose, you want the draw as much as possible, so you kind of need it. But if you go like something like Necromancer into Night Rose, this is not an issue at all, because Necromancer saves your hand size so much that you don't have any problems running 12 crit. Now I just want to make it clear, 12 crit is absolutely amazing in Granblue. 12 crit is like just stupid, dumb fun. Like, your opponent no guards and you just kill him, you know? Like, it is the amount of ways that you can kind of like kill your opponent without even like really doing much is actually pretty nice. Like, some people don't expect you to run 12 crits because most people run between 8 to 10. Like, not many people usually go the full crit route anymore. We used to, back when it was just pure Necromancer, we used to run 12 crit because we could. It's a little bit harder now because there's too many grade 1 slots that need to be covered, because Necrobone exists, and, Tommies exist, and Navigator exists. Like, those cards exist, it's a lot harder to get that grade 1 slot through. But now, I made it work, so that's what I'm kind of getting at, is I've been playtesting it with my Necromancer and Night Rose build, which I may do a video pretty soon, probably in the next couple weeks, of my current Night Rose Necromancer build, because it's been taking a lot of playtesting and understanding and fighting other people to kind of see like where this deck stands and where I want it to stand for like my comfortability as a Granblue player. But so 4 crit, super nice. I mean, 12 crit is super nice, especially in a Necromancer, because I'm telling you it's good. Now, the other reason why running like all 4 crit Sentinels is solid is 1 card, and you guys all know what it is. Drum roll, or you know, whatever you want to do. Greed Shade. Greed Shade gives this card so much more value than it already has. So the card itself is a 30k shield, but Greed Shade, like you guard with the card and then you use Greed Shade to bring this card back. Like that is just dumb. It's pretty dumb. It's good, but it's dumb. So this is actually some really solid stuff here. So if you Greed Shade for a mill and bring a card back, and you bring back your 30k Sentinel, oh my goodness, you have so much shield value because you guard with it and then you just guard with it again. It is actually really good. And that's one of the main reasons why I like putting all 4 of my crit Sentinels in here, because if I happen to draw into them or something, I'm like set for the game. Like this, like my opponent can like whack-a-mole me all they want, and I'm over here like, yes, 30k block, 30k block, 30k block. I don't care, 30k block. I still don't care, 30k block. You just slap this boy down if you don't want to take the damage. Just be like, yeah, no pass. It's just easy, no pass. You don't care. You don't care. You're a Granblue. We don't care. So that's another reason why I really like the deck. So I mean, really like these crit Sentinels in my deck. It's been recently like my new favorite thing to do in Granblue is just to stick these into every deck that I create and just see what it does. Another thing that's pretty interesting is magic numbers. So I briefly discussed magic numbers like a little bit earlier, but just to kind of give a better understanding, the magic numbers, usually people kind of plan for magic numbers, but usually they kind of plan for 20k blocks to 25k blocks. Well, this is like a 30k block, so you know, it kind of messes people up a little bit. They don't expect you to. Like some people purposely plan their columns in a way where they're gonna try to make you guard with a 20 or above, like making you force that heal or 2 crits out, but you can just literally bring this out and be like, 1 card block. It's super nice. But yeah, magic numbers actually play into this pretty nicely. For those of you that don't know what magic numbers is, it's pretty much attacking in a way where it forces your opponent to guard more than they should. So like if they're trying to, if you can make the opponent guard for like a 15k versus like a 5k, or making them guard for a 20 when they should have guarded for less, like just ways to manipulate your columns to make it make your opponent waste their resources even more, kind of make them think more, make them do more with their numbers. So like if someone's swinging for 24, that's a good one. They're swinging for 24 and you are at 12. That means you are forced to guard with at least a 10k. Like you're forced to. But if they didn't like say add the 3k buff or something like that and it was like 21, then now a 10k shield is enough. And that's pretty much kind of like the concept of magic numbers, is how to manipulate your columns in a way to make guarding a lot harder. And that's one thing that this card kind of really handles pretty well. Like you can slap 2 of these is 60k, you know, and like 1 puts you at like 42k, which is really high already. It actually competes with force numbers, which is super nice, and you really just don't have any problems. With Necromancer, if you have like a fat hand, you got like 10 cards in your hand, and you like, if you don't want to use those cards, just slap these bad boys down. Like, it's just nice and easy. There really is just so much you can do. Like, it's very surprising. Some people may argue like, oh, what about your discarding? What about your ghost ships and your skeleton and your skull dragons? Well, that's not really an issue. So skull dragons, if you go protect 1, you have more than enough perfect guards. Especially with the Necromancer and Night Rose build, you're riding a lot more, so you don't really have to worry about your perfect guards as much. I actually go protect 2 usually, as strange as it sounds, but I go protect 2 in my Necromancer builds, mostly because I have so much shield value in my hand. Usually 1 card is enough. I don't really need my perfect guards. I usually have no problem guarding just the way it is, and depending on what kind of matchup, of course, just to let you know, this is depending on matchup. Of course, if the matchup board wipes me, I'm not gonna go protect 2. But if I know my matchups, I'll usually even go purposely protect 2, because even adds more shield value, because I can intercept and guard 1 of these, and that's 45k right there. Like that's a really high number to guard with. It's very easy and simple, and the intercept the thing that I just intercept with is now in the drop zone. I can use it for my Night Rose turn. It's really solid. But yeah, that's mostly what I want to just discuss with you guys. I think people should try these out. I think you guys should not be scared and put them to 4 and kind of see what you could experiment with. But anyway, regardless, I just wanted to make a brief video. I didn't want to make it too long. I just kind of wanted to just literally discuss crit Sentinels in a Granblue deck. I don't feel like many people realize that you can just do it, and as we all know, Granblue is usually a 12 crit deck, and it has been in premium and in standard for a while, and I honestly was like, why not keep it that way, you know? So I've been playtesting to figure out ways to make the 12 crits still be actually useful. In my opinion, and in the games I've played, stuff like that, it has been useful. But you know, like, everyone has their own playstyle. Drawing is still really good. I do recommend drawing. It's usually up to the player how they want their triggers to be set up. I do have a question of the day. So the question of the day sent in to us from one who gets crits, Commander Jamie. He says, are you excited to see the new Ghosty Beatrice coming out? And the answer is, heck yeah! Heck yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I can't wait for the reveal. I'm waiting so hard. You wanna know why I'm excited? Because it's more Granblue cards. I feel like Granblue really struggles in terms of like getting support. Like we just got support, I'm like plenty aware. But then there's also Royal Paladins and Shadow Paladins who are like on set 4 and 5 of like support, and we only had like a third wave of support. Us and Nubatama both are just kind of struggling in terms of support for the clan. So yes, I'm 100% excited. I'm also very curious what they're going to do with the card, because it says Ghosty Beatrice, Ghosty Leader Beatrice, so she's like the leader of the Ghosties, and my interest is that, you know, I don't know, a premium would probably be fine, but in standard, depending how they do it, of course, but in standard, Ghosties are not very used, nor are they too strong. Like, I run actually a Ghosty in my deck, but I literally want 1 copy of it just for extra shield value. The Ghosties that they've been releasing have been mostly for shield value purposes, or just weird drop zone things that they can do. There's only a couple of them aside from like the heal trigger and a couple other ones, but they don't really have like a good power output. So my concern is like, how is the Ghosty Leader Beatrice going to compare with the cards that we have for the Ghosty archetype? But we'll see. It might say Ghosty Leader Beatrice, but it might be more towards like our current builds, or it might be like a whole new thing. I really have no idea, but I am definitely excited to see what it could be, along with, you know, the entire clan selection booster that's coming with a little bit more extra Granblue cards. So yeah, I'm definitely excited. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for the question. I do appreciate it. I'm glad these are the type of questions that are being asked, because I'll happily answer them. I love the art, by the way. I don't know if we can talk about the art, but I've had it up here for a little bit. Art looks amazing, so I'm very excited to see where they take this. But anyway, guys, so that's all for my little Granblue video this time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope it was informative. I hope you guys try out some cool new things with your Granblue list. So tell me how you guys feel about the 30k criticals in Granblue. I love them. Do you love them? Does it work for you? Is it kind of eh? Tell me about it. I'm always here to talk. I'm always here to conversate, and feel free to send me another question in. I will gladly put it in my next video. Thank you for everything. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that wonderful stuff. But yeah, peace out. До свидания. The ship has sailed. Bye.